I'm excited because I've been looking for the perfect warm-up plane. You know how it is? I like EDFs. I'm a jet guy, but you only get like 3 or 4 minutes max out of a flight on an EDF jet. So it's nice to come to the field or wherever you're flying and have a good plane to just warm up. Get your orientation going, get your eyes working, the thumbs warmed up. And I think this Radiolink SU-27 might be perfect for that. Radiolink reached out to me and asked if I would give this plane an honest review. They hit up my email and they're like, hey, Mach 3, would you take this plane and review it? Just give an honest review. What you think? Say what you think. And I absolutely love that. I love when a company gives me the ability to tell you guys exactly what I think of the plane, and that's the only companies that I'll work with. So let's check out this Radiolink SU-27 and see how good it flies. We have about 10 mile an hour winds or so, maybe 11. Which is kind of a lot for this. Also, it came with two 2S batteries, but I brought a 3S with because I heard this thing rips on 3S. So let's give it a shot. A shot. A shot. All right, this puppy does have a gyro in it. You can hear it going there, and it actually has like a self-righting mode too. So if we flip that switch, boom. Self-righting. So maybe we'll start off in that mode since it's pretty windy, and then we'll flicker down into the stabilization mode. It also does have a manual mode where everything's off, but I don't think we're ready for that, at least not in these winds. Here's the main flight of it. I've never flown a plane this style, so I'm a little bit nervous, especially since we're pushing this wind, but we'll give it a go. Trim it out a little bit though. I ended up turning down the audio here because of 2 reasons. 1, this thing absolutely screams as you heard, but 2, it is just windy out and I need to get a better mic setup. So we'll talk a little bit about how this plane flew. I was honestly really impressed that I was able to fly this entire time with the wind. You can see it's windy enough that I can almost just hover it standing still, which was kind of fun to do and mess around with. Very nice. Now this does have a brushless motor, and the transmitter that came with it was pretty great other than the beeping. I was surprised to see it came with an 8-channel transmitter, but with the price of this thing, it does need some justifying. I don't know if it's worth the value that it's listed at. However, it does fly pretty dang good, and like I was saying in the beginning, I think this is a great plane to warm up, practice some new maneuvers with, get your orientation right when you're flying jets, because it can be quick too when you want it to be quick. It also can fly really slow when you want it to fly slow. So now we're transferring over to the 3S pack, and this woke this puppy up. Oh my Lanta. On 2S, we were getting about 10 minutes of flight time. On 3S, I'm not quite sure, but holy cow, it boogied. Here, you gotta hear this thing. This was really fun to fly on 3S. It definitely had some speed and it was great for countering the wind. You could just full throttle it and it would have no problem with that 10-mile-an-hour wind, other than it would start shaking quite a bit. I don't think the gyro could handle the wind combated with the 3S power of it. It would just start shaking and vibrating like crazy, but it did fly good. And if you did want to fly it slow, you still could obviously do that, but you could punch out so easily and just send this thing to the moon. That was one of my favorite parts. Here I switched it off of the stabilization mode and started messing with the roll rate and stuff. Oh my gosh, it could really spin around. I could do loops, everything perfectly fine. I mean, it can do a backflip on the spot, and then it could roll really well too. So again, I think this is a great option to like practice that stuff and not have to worry too much about the plane. I do enjoy these planes that you just throw in your car and go fly quick after work, and it's quick to charge the batteries and all that. However, I did want to get a good review of this, and although it was fun to fly around in like the 10-mile-an-hour winds, I wanted to do it on a normal day too, so let's hop into that. We are gonna give this a much better day to fly. Today, the winds are like 4 mile an hour, maybe 5 mile an hour. We're at the baseball field because I think this one could do really good here, so let's give it a shot and see how she does. So we're in that stability mode right now, and it flies great in that. It's like anyone could fly it in the stability mode. It is a bit touchy when you take it out. You gotta be a lot lighter on the sticks. Whoa. Needs to be a little more nose heavy, I think. I'm gonna try trimming it down quite a bit. There, that should help. We're getting a little gust of wind here and there, but not bad. Dude, it's a fun little park flyer. It's fun to rip around in the park. I've been trying to mess with the app to get the transmitter to stop beeping, because that is by far the worst part of this. I looked it up and I looked how to do it. I'm using the 2S battery that's included to power this, and no matter what settings I do, it just beeps and beeps. It's a fully charged battery. I just got it off the charger, but it beeps. That's the only downfall. Otherwise, this thing flies great. Whoop. Gust of wind sometimes, it just pushes it right up because it's so light. But when it's nice out, she flies great. It's fun, really fun to do aerobatics with. It's phenomenal at practicing that stuff. You can bring her in for a landing. Beautiful. So overall, guys, this is a really fun plane, and I think it's a good way to warm up the fingers. However, I do think it's a bit pricey. Coming in at $200, there's a lot of planes you can get for $200. Now, it is a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing. The servos are really great. This transmitter's pretty cool other than the beeping. The servo, the receiver in here, really good. So it has good bones, but $200 is a lot. If you guys are interested, you can check the links down below and check it out for yourself. You will catch me flying this around the baseball field when I can get off work quick, and only because I'm so close to here, come fly it real quick. She's good for that. But we'll see you guys on the next one.